You ever notice something real simple but powerful that most people overlook? A man don't just wake up one day and decide, let me touch her arm. No. It starts way before that. It starts with interest. It starts with curiosity. And when a man is truly attracted to a woman, the very first place he usually reaches for is not somewhere bold or disrespectful. It's something light, something innocent looking, like her arm or her shoulder. Now, let me break this down in a way you can really feel it. When a man touches your arm, he's testing the waters. He's not just touching skin, he's checking your reaction. He's trying to see, is she comfortable with me? Does she pull away? Does she smile? Does she stay? That little moment tells him everything he needs to know without you saying a single word. And most women don't even realize how much information they are giving away in that 1 second. You see, a man who is not interested in you, he will keep his distance. He will stand back. He will keep his hands to himself. He will act polite, but there will be space. But a man who is attracted to you, that space starts disappearing slowly, not aggressively, not in a disrespectful way, but naturally, like he just finds excuses to be a little closer. And the arm or shoulder becomes the safest place for him to start. He might laugh at something you said and lightly touch your arm like you're crazy for that one. Or maybe he's guiding you through a crowd and his hand gently rests on your shoulder for just a second longer than necessary. And it's not about the touch itself, it's about the intention behind it. Because that touch is his way of saying, I see you. I'm comfortable with you. I want to be near you. And let me tell you something else most people miss completely. That first touch is never random for a man who is genuinely attracted. It is calculated in his mind, but natural in his action. He doesn't say, let me touch her arm now. No, it just happens because his feelings are pushing him closer to you than his words can explain. And if you pay attention, you'll notice something powerful. After that first arm or shoulder touch is accepted, everything else starts to change. He becomes a little more confident, a little more present, a little more engaged. Because in his mind, he just got a green light. Not from words, but from your reaction. So when you understand this, you stop being confused about intentions. You stop asking, does he like me or not? Because his actions start speaking louder than anything he could ever say. And it often begins with something as simple, as small, and as quiet as a touch on your arm or shoulder. When a man is truly attracted to a woman, his body starts speaking before his mouth ever catches up. And one of the clearest signs of that attraction is the way he uses his hands when he is around her. Now listen carefully, because this is where a lot of people miss the truth. A man does not just casually start touching your hands or fingers in conversation for no reason. There is always a deeper intention behind it, even if he himself is not fully aware of it in the moment. Think about it like this. A man who is just being polite will keep his hands to himself. He will talk, he will smile, he will nod, but there will be distance. But a man who is attracted to you starts breaking that invisible wall. And one of the easiest, most natural ways he does that is through your hands. He will lightly touch your fingers when you pass something to him. He will gently hold your hand for a second longer when greeting you. He might even rest his hand near yours on a table without pulling away quickly. And this is not about being bold or disrespectful. This is about connection, because hands are powerful. Hands carry emotion. When a man touches your hand, he is not just touching skin. He is trying to create a moment of closeness that words cannot fully express. It's like his mind is saying, I want to feel connected to her in a way that feels natural, not forced. Now, here's something deeper you need to understand. When a man keeps finding excuses to touch your hands or fingers during conversation, it's because he is comfortable with you. Comfort is the foundation of attraction. He feels safe enough to reduce the distance between you and him. And that comfort does not come from nowhere. It comes from interest, from attention, from emotional pull. You might notice him doing small things, like brushing his fingers against yours while laughing, or gently holding your hand while explaining something, or even using both hands when talking to you just so there is more chance of accidental contact. These are not big dramatic moves. They are subtle, but they are meaningful, because a man who is not interested will never bother to enter your personal space like that. And let me tell you something even more real. Sometimes he doesn't even realize how often he is doing it. That's how natural attraction is. His mind is focused on you, so his body follows. His hands become a way of staying connected while his words are still forming. It's like his emotions are ahead of his logic. The important thing is not just the touch itself, but the pattern of it. One touch can be accidental, but repeated hand contact, repeated small excuses to be near your fingers, that is not coincidence anymore. That is a man slowly trying to build a bond without making it obvious too quickly. Because at the end of the day, when a man is attracted, he doesn't always announce it loudly. Sometimes he shows it quietly through the smallest movements of his hands, hoping you notice what his heart is already trying to say without words. When a man is truly drawn to a woman, his behavior changes in ways that are often subtle, but if you pay attention closely, they are impossible to ignore. One of the strongest signs of attraction is the way he starts paying attention to her upper back. Now, this might sound simple, but there is a deeper meaning behind it that most people don't even think about. A man who is not interested will keep a respectful distance. He will stand in front of you or beside you, but he will avoid unnecessary physical contact. However, when attraction begins to build, something shifts inside him. He starts looking for natural, harmless opportunities to be closer. And the upper back becomes one of those safe, respectful areas where he can express care without crossing boundaries. For example, when he guides you through a crowded place, his hand may gently rest on your upper back. It might be just for a second, but that moment carries meaning. He is not just helping you move, he is connecting with you physically in a protective way. It feels natural, but behind that action is a silent message. I've got you. I'm here with you. Now understand this clearly because this is important. A man does not randomly touch a woman's upper back unless he feels some level of comfort or attraction. It is not a bold move. It is a controlled one. It is his way of reducing distance without making things uncomfortable. The upper back is seen as a respectful zone, so it allows him to express closeness without making it too obvious. You might also notice that he does this during moments of transition. When you are entering a place, when you are walking through a door, when you are leaving a room, or when he is guiding you somewhere. These are all moments where his hand naturally finds its way to your upper back. And again, it is not just about direction, it is about connection. There is also a psychological side to this. When a man touches your upper back, he is subconsciously marking a level of emotional comfort with you. He is saying through action, I am not just talking to you, I am with you. It creates a feeling of closeness without needing deep conversation. That small touch builds familiarity, and familiarity builds attraction. Another thing you may notice is that once he does it once and you don't pull away, he becomes more confident in doing it again because your reaction tells him everything. If you stay relaxed, if you don't move away, he understands that the connection is welcome, even if unspoken. And that gives him the confidence to repeat that behavior naturally in future moments. What most people don't realize is that these small touches are not about control or dominance. They are about emotional expression. A man who is attracted does not always have the words to explain how he feels, so his body steps in and speaks for him in simple, quiet ways. And the upper back becomes one of those places where his feelings show without him having to say of having a single sentence. Because in that small gesture, he is already saying more than words ever could. When a man is truly attracted to a woman, there is a shift in the way he behaves around her. And one of the most overlooked but powerful signs is how he interacts with her hair or the area close to her face. Now, this is not something random. This is not something careless. This is a very subtle expression of attraction that happens when a man is becoming emotionally and physically drawn to someone. You see, a man who has no interest in you will maintain distance. He will keep his hands busy somewhere else. But when attraction starts building, his attention naturally moves towards you in small, quiet ways. And one of those ways is when he finds an excuse to be near your face or lightly touch your hair. It might be a strand of hair that he gently moves aside, or a moment where he adjusts something near you just so he can be close for a second longer than necessary. Now let's be clear. This is not about invasion of space. This is about curiosity and emotional pull. A man who is attracted to you starts noticing details about you that other people don't even pay attention to. Your hair becomes part of that attraction. because it is personal, it is soft, and it is naturally close to your presence. So when he reaches that level of comfort, his hands start moving in that direction without him even overthinking it. Sometimes it happens in very innocent ways. He might laugh and gently brush a piece of hair away from your face. Or maybe he notices something small on your hair and removes it without hesitation. These are not big actions, but they carry meaning, because a man does not usually enter that level of personal space unless he feels something deeper than just casual interaction. There is also a deeper emotional layer to this. When a man touches your hair or comes close to your face, it is often his way of expressing care and admiration. He is not just seeing you, he is observing you. And when admiration mixes with attraction, the desire to be physically close becomes stronger. His hand naturally follows his attention. Another important thing to understand is timing. These moments usually happen when you are already engaged in conversation, laughing, or sharing a relaxed moment. Because in those moments, emotional walls are lower, he feels more comfortable, and that comfort allows him to express his attraction in a physical way that still feels natural and respectful. And if you pay attention, you'll notice something very interesting. After doing it once, he becomes more aware of your reaction. If you don't move away, if you stay relaxed, he takes that as a positive sign. And slowly his confidence grows, not in a disrespectful way, but in a way that makes him more expressive through small gestures. What many people misunderstand is that these actions are not about control or dominance. They are about connection. A man who is attracted doesn't always have the right words, so his hands and his actions start speaking for him. And your hair, your face, your presence becomes the closest and most natural place for that silent expression. So when a man keeps finding soft, gentle reasons to be near your hair or your face, it is not just a coincidence. It is his way of showing that his attention is no longer casual. It has become personal, focused, and quietly emotional. When a man is truly attracted to a woman, his behavior starts revealing things that he himself may not fully realize. One of the most noticeable but often misunderstood signs is how he interacts with her waist or side area. This is not some loud or aggressive. It is subtle, controlled, and usually happens in very natural moments where closeness is already expected. Now understand this clearly. A man who is not interested will always respect distance. He will stand far enough so there is no physical contact unless absolutely necessary. But when attraction begins to build, that distance slowly starts to shrink. And one of the most natural places where that closeness shows up is when he gently touches your waist or side while guiding you, helping you, or simply walking beside you. Think about situations where you are moving through a crowded place or stepping aside to let someone pass. In those moments, a man who is attracted to you may lightly place his hand on your waist for just a second. It is not a long hold. It is not meant to control. It is a brief, natural touch that helps guide your movement while also allowing him to feel closer to you physically. And here is the truth most people miss. That touch is not only about direction, it is about connection, because the waist is a very personal space. It is not like a handshake or a casual tap on the shoulder. It is closer, more intentional, and more emotionally loaded. So when a man enters that space, even for a moment, it usually means he feels comfortable enough with you to reduce the physical distance. You may also notice that this kind of touch often happens in moments where he feels protective. If something unexpected happens, or if he is guiding you through a situation, his hand naturally moves to your side or waist area. It is almost like a silent instinct. He is saying without words, "I've got you," or "stay close to me." Another important thing to understand is repetition. One accidental touch can mean nothing, but when you start noticing it happening again and again in different situations, it becomes a pattern. And patterns always reveal intention. A man does not repeatedly enter your personal space unless there is a reason behind it, and that reason is usually emotional attraction. Also pay attention to how he behaves before and after that moment. Often there is a slight hesitation before the touch and then a quick withdrawal after it. That hesitation shows awareness. He knows he is entering a personal zone, but attraction pushes him to do it anyway in the most